At first glance, Tinkaton might seem like just another cute Pokemon, but don't let its appearance fool you. At Regulation G, this little menace is one of the most disruptive and frustrating Pokemon to deal with. It's fast, it's bulky, and it has one of the strongest moves in the entire game. Whether you need a Pokemon to break through defenses or throw off your opponent's strategy, Tinkaton does it all. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about Tinkaton in Regulation G, its strengths, weaknesses, best moveset, team synergy, and why it might be just the most frustrating Pokemon to face in battle. So let's dive right in. Tinkaton was introduced in Generation 9 with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, quickly becoming a fan favorite thanks to its mischievous nature and massive hammer. It has a base stat total of 506, making it a well-balanced Pokemon for VGC. While its base 75 attack may seem low for a heavy hitter, Tinkaton Hammer's massive 160 base power makes up for it. Plus, its 94 speed lets it outspeed key threats, and its Fairy Steel typing gives it incredible defensive utility. But its ability Mold Breaker takes it to another level. Mold Breaker lets Tinkaton ignore abilities such as Unaware and Armor Tail. That means Tinkaton's one of the few Pokemon that can actually hit Farigiraf with Fake Out. And then there's Feint, a sneaky but incredible move that's useful for letting Tinkaton break through Protect. If your opponent tries to stall an attack with Protect, Feint cancels that plan completely, allowing your team to secure key knockouts that would otherwise be avoided. Its base 94 speed is also a big deal. This allows it to outspeed common threats like Iron Hands and bulkier Urshifu builds. While it's not the fastest Pokemon in the meta, it's quick enough to disrupt opponents with Fake Out before they can move, making it an excellent support piece. The one downside is its base 75 attack. While it isn't very high, Tinkaton Hammer's sheer 160 base power makes up for it, allowing Tinkaton to hit surprisingly hard despite its low attack. And with Mold Breaker, it ensures that its attack lands effectively, ignoring abilities such as Unaware. Overall, Tinkaton's stats are built for disruption and consistency rather than raw power. It might not be the strongest hitter in Regulation G, but its bulk, speed, and toolkit make it one of the most reliable Pokemon in the format. Even though Tinkaton is a great Pokemon, I see a lot of players making common mistakes when using it, so let's talk about what not to do. First, don't rely too much on Tinkaton Hammer. Yes, it's a powerful move, but you can't use it twice in a row. If you're too predictable with it, your opponent will switch, protect, or reposition to avoid the damage. Make sure you're using Knockoff, Fake Out, or Feint to keep up the pressure in between hammer turns. Second, Tinkaton isn't your main damage dealer. Some players expect it to sweep teams, but that's not how it works. Instead, it's best to be used as a disruptor, clearing the way for stronger Pokemon to do damage like Calyrex Ice or Urshifu, so pair it with heavy hitters. Finally, using the wrong item. It can be really detrimental to Tinkaton. Assault Vest is by far the best option, making it extra bulky and letting it survive strong special attacks. I've seen players run Citrus Berry or Leftovers, but that doesn't maximize what Tinkaton does best, being an annoying, hard to KO disruptor. Fix these mistakes and your Tinkaton will perform much better in battle. Tinkaton might look cute, but don't let that fool you. This Pokemon is a master blacksmith in disguise. Its design is heavily inspired by dwarves from European folklore, small but incredibly strong creatures known for crafting legendary weapons. Think of Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, or mighty swords of North and Celtic myths. Like these mythical smiths, Tinkaton wields its own handcrafted masterpiece, the Tinkaton Hammer. It's so powerful it can't be used twice in a row, almost like it takes time to reforge in between swings. And just like the mischievous dwarves in folklore, Tinkaton has a bit of a trickster side, launching boulders at Corviknight for fun. But in battle, this little blacksmith is no joke. Let me show you how I built a team that lets Tinkaton forge its own legend in VGC. Starting with the heart of the team, Tinkaton. This Fairy Steel type may not have the highest base stats, but its unique toolkit makes an excellent support Pokemon. It's holding an Assault Vest, making it tankier against special attacks, while Mold Breaker lets it ignore abilities like Disguise, Sturdy, and Good as Gold. Gigaton Hammer is Tinkaton's signature move, a massive 160 base power steel attack, but it can't be used twice in a row. That's where its other moves come in. Knockoff is fantastic for removing key items. Fake Out provides instant pressure, and Feint lets us break through Protect and Wide Guard, making it perfect for disrupting the opponent's play. I gave Tinkaton the Dark Terror type, which helps it against ghost types such as Golden Go and Calyrex Shadow. It also removes its weakness to fire, and it also means it can hit even harder with Knockoff. Next we have Calyrex Ice, one of the most terrifying sweepers under Trick Room. Holding a clear amulet, it completely ignores Intimidate, making sure its attack stays sky high. Glacial Lance is one of the best spread moves in the game, hitting both opponents hard. With Trick Room, Calyrex can flip the speed dynamic when needed. High Horsepower provides great coverage against steel and fire types, and Protect helps it stay in the game longer. Instead of the usual Terra Grass, I went with Terra Fairy, which makes it resistant to dark and fighting moves, while still covering key threats like Roaring Moon and Urshifu. Urshifu Rapid Strike is a fast-paced damage dealer, but in this team, it has more of a utility role. Safety Goggles keeps us safe from Amoonguss' Spore, while its Fire Terra allows us to resist fairy moves, and helps out against opposing grass types. Taunt is the real MVP here, stopping setup strategies like Trick Room, Substitute, and defensive moves like Recover. Meanwhile, Surging Strikes ensures critical hits, Close Combat is a strong fighting type stab, and Detect provides defensive flexibility. Most people expect Landorus to be a physical attacker, but here I'm running a special set with Sheer Force. This ability boosts moves that have secondary effects, making Landorus hit incredibly hard when paired with Life Orb. Sandsear Storm is its main stat move, dealing additional spread damage since it has a chance to burn. Earth Power is great for single target damage, and Sludge Bomb helps against fairy types. Terra Water makes Landorus bulkier and lets it handle fire and ice type threats more effectively. Roaring Moon gives the team another speed option with Tailwind. Thanks to Booster Energy, it gets an immediate speed boost, making it a dual threat for both speed control and offense. Once its item is consumed, Acrobatics gets doubled in power, making it an extremely strong flying type attack. Knockoff removes crucial items, and Terra Flying boosts Acrobatics even further while helping against fighting and ground types. Amoonguss rounds out the team as a defensive pivot. Rocky Helmet punishes physical attackers like Urshifu and Rillaboom, while Regenerator keeps it healthy when switching. Terra Water improves our fire matchup, letting it survive Heat Wave and Flare Blitz. Spore is one of the best disruption moves in the game. Rage Powder helps redirect attacks, and Sludge Bomb gives us an offensive option against fairy types like Fluttermane and Enamorus. This team is built with balance and flexibility in mind. Tinkaton provides early game disruption, while Trick Room Calyrex Ice gives a strong late game option. Tailwind with Roaring Moon offers a speed mode, while Urshifu, Landorus, and Amoonguss provide coverage in bulk. One of the key plays with this team is force your opponent into bad positions. Tinkaton's Fake Out plus Feint combo makes sure nothing can stall, while Amoonguss' Spore shuts down sweepers. Meanwhile, Calyrex Ice can clean up games in Trick Room, and Roaring Moon ensures you can play the speed game when needed. This team has the tools to handle a variety of matchups, whether it's breaking through defensive teams with Mold Breaker Tinkaton, controlling speed with Tailwind or Trick Room, sweeping with Calyrex Ice and Landorus. If you want a well-rounded team that you can adapt to any playstyle, give this one a shot. By leveraging the unique strengths and synergies of each team member, this composition offers a robust and adaptable approach to VGC battles. Whether you're facing hyper-offensive teams or more defensive setups, this team provides the tools needed to navigate and secure victories. Thank you for joining me in this comprehensive breakdown. If you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share with your fellow trainers. Feel free to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and until next time, keep training hard, and may your next battle be a victory.